Man, it's hot.
Have you ever met Miss Lindy? She's a gal with the bright red hair. Now she stands high from all the rest. You know her anywhere. Well, she's mine. Yeah, she's mine. Well, I love that little girl with the bright red hair. Well, Miss Lindy.
Whew. This was definitely one of those mornings where I did not want to get out of bed. My alarm went off. I turned it off. I thought I was gonna ignore it. I guess I didn't, and I just hit snooze because it woke me up in 6 minutes or however long it takes for snoozes to go off. But I'm glad I did. I scraped my butt out of bed. I made it to the gym. I got the rest of the morning ahead of me. You never really regret waking up early. It's always hard to do, but after you're done doing that thing that you were dreading those minutes when you're in bed under the covers, you just feel good. You just feel good.
So like many people, I absolutely love listening to podcasts. I love podcasts that feature writers and musicians and comedians and actors and just anyone who has something to do with the creative field, where you have to take nothing and turn it into something. And I think the thing that I love the most about these podcasts is just getting that peek into that creative process. That process is just so different for each of us that when I get to take that little peek into what it takes for an individual to take nothing and turn it into something, it almost kind of helps shine a little bit of light onto how I'm able to take ideas and turn them into something tangible. And the more that I listen to these podcasts and these talks and just listen to the creative process of these artists, I find that we all have what I like to call the little room mentality. And so the little room mentality is this idea that, yes, we all started somewhere in our creative path, in our creative journey, and we're all in different places. Some of us are further down that road, and some of us are just getting started, and that's fine. But the idea of the little room mentality is that when we first picked up that pencil to draw on that piece of paper, or we got our first camera or tape recorder or paintbrush or whatever it might be, there was something so pure about the process of taking nothing and making something. We weren't over worried about the aesthetic of a thing or the rules of a thing. We were just so happy to be creating. And somewhere along the way, that purity of just making things for the sake of making things starts to go away, whether it's because we start to get paid for the things that we're making and people are starting to take notice of us, or because we're comparing ourselves to other people who are making things that are similar to the things that we're doing, or self-doubt starts to creep in and we convince ourselves that the thing that we're making isn't good enough to share or to keep doing. Whatever it is, somewhere along the way, those ideals can become skewed. And it becomes harder to make something, to just make something for the sake of creating something from nothing. And as we go down this path and we get further down that road, there's just a part of us that always wants to go back to that little room where we were essentially making magic. I mean, guys, we're making magic right now. The stuff we're doing is magic, but we just have a little more of a peek behind that curtain. So we know how those things work. And I think the problem is when we skew those things and we start to focus more on that peek behind the curtain and less on the idea of these things that we're making matter. So the White Stripes have this amazing song called Little Room, where Jack White talks about the idea of this little room. And you're in this room and you have these ideas, and the ideas become so good and so big that you need a bigger room. And then when you're in that bigger room and you're trying to get those ideas to flow, they're just not coming because you need to remember what it was like to be in that little room. I wish I could play this song for you, but I don't want a copyright strike on my account. I have an idea.
When you're in your little room and you're working on something good, but if it's really good, you're gonna need a bigger room. And when you're in the bigger room, you might not know what to do. You might have to think of how you got started. room. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.